we're here with Alan from Hip Pocket Workwear, and this is where we actually got our shirts and hats made, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions about his business. So what does your business actually do?
So we supply uniforms, workwear, PPE to most of the large companies in Cairns. That's probably our main business.
Very useful, thank you. What's a quote or some inspirational advice for them?
I've been in business my whole life, 40 years, and I've always had the philosophy or principle that the customer's always right. Even when they're wrong, I still make out that they're right and still resolve any problems and go out of my way to make sure they're happy.
Oh yeah, interesting, thank you. And how fast do you think you would kick a soccer ball in kilometres per hour?
60 kilometres.
60 kilometres.
Yep.
Wow, very good, thank you. Today we're here with Danae Jones from Danae Jones Consulting, and she was actually our first backer for our PowerShot crowdfunding page. We're just going to ask her a few questions about her business and what she does. So Danae, what does your business do?
So Danae Jones Consulting does public relations and marketing, and I've been doing it now, or been in the industry for close to 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm showing my age, aren't I?
Certainly. Okay, so what's an inspirational quote or some advice for people wanting to start a business?
So I knew you were going to ask this question, and there's a quote that I have always loved, and I kind of live by it really, because I think there's so many ups and downs in life. And Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." And I think that's really powerful.
Wow, that's a very interesting quote. I haven't heard one of those before. Well, thank you. How fast do you think you would kick a soccer ball in kilometres per hour?
Well, I hear that you can kick a soccer ball at 68 kilometres per hour. My goodness. I reckon, knowing my sporting ability, it's probably something like 20 kilometres an hour. So I'm hoping that once the PowerShot is developed, it will help me improve my game.
Yeah, hopefully it will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Easy come, easy go.
With Troy from TheSPACE, we're just going to ask a few questions. First one, what does your business do?
So our business is called TheSPACE, and at a core level, essentially we help people to commercialise their ideas. So if you've got an idea for a business, you come to TheSPACE, and we've got a whole support structure that we've built around us to help us turn ideas into reality.
Nice. We actually went through TheSPACE to start up PowerShot. We thank them a lot for that.
Cool. Yeah, great to have you here.
What is one of the inspirational quotes that you really like to share?
I really like be you and change the world, just because I think the more that people step into who they are, their uniqueness and their individual brilliance can come through, and if you can create a business from that, and what we teach how to create a business from that, well then essentially you can wake up each day and get to do what you love.
And just as a fun question, how fast do you think you would kick a soccer ball?
I think I would kick it the fastest. It reminds me of a joke. Can I tell you how fast you do?
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone says to Chuck Norris, "How many push-ups can you do?" And do you know what Chuck Norris says?
How many?
All of them.
Thanks.
Thanks, Corey.
Keep cool, I got this. You're looking at me that way, got me hopeless. One night could never be enough until I met you. It was easy come, easy go. Until I met you, it was.
I'm here with Leanda Kayess, who wrote this book that I happen to have here. So Leanda, what does your business do?
Well, I don't have businesses as such anymore. I have investments, and I wrote this book and it's one of the income streams that I've got. So I call it an investment as such now, yeah.
Well, what advice do you have for us, and what's your favourite inspirational quote?
Well, as you see, I write about money. So I would say that in business you need to know your numbers. You need to know what numbers are important and whether you're making a profit or not, that's important. The other thing I would say is your relationships and your friendships are more important than your business at the end of the day. You're going to get some conflict and you might agree to disagree, but never be disagreeable. That would be my advice.
And finally, how fast do you think you can kick a soccer ball?
So fast that you're not going to be able to track it.
Well, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Keep cool, I got this. You're looking at me that way, got me hoping.
Wow,
One night,
interesting.
being up, never being up until I met you.
Wow, the average credit card debt is about $15,000.
Until I met
That's
you.
a lot of money.
Until I met you. Easy go.
Today we're here with Petina, who is part of Emerging Entrepreneurs, and we're just going to ask a few questions about her business and what she does. So what does your business do and what do you do?
So I'm the lead and mentor for emerging entrepreneurs, and I'm rolling the program out to high school students on a national basis. And we're about teaching young people how to bring their ideas into a potential business. So teaching them the basics of understanding how businesses work, identifying some problems, and how to make this business something profitable for them.
Very interesting. I've actually been through Emerging Entrepreneurs before, and so have some other people from PowerShot. So another question, what is an inspirational quote that you would have for someone?
My favourite quote of all time would be feel the fear and do it anyway. So no matter how many people say no, or no matter how many knockbacks you get or how difficult it gets, just keep going through it. If you believe in it and you have the passion, just keep going for it.
Yeah, thank you. So how fast do you think you would kick a soccer ball in kilometres per hour?
12?
12 kilometres.
Is that slow or fast?
That's pretty slow. Yeah.
I think it's 12.
Yeah, okay. Thank you anyway. Thanks.
Welcome.
Something is different, 'cause I don't want you to leave in the morning. One night can never be enough until I met you. It was easy come slow.
I'm here with Maddie from Cairns Social Butterfly. So Maddie, what does your business do?
So I'm the first Cairns Butterfly, social butterfly, and my job is to show everyone the best of the best the region has to offer.
Cool. Well, what advice do you have for us, and what is the inspirational quote you follow?
My advice for you would be just be yourself and do you, and everything will fall into place. Trust me. Trust me.
And finally, how fast do you think you could kick a soccer ball?
Okay, so one of my very best friends is a semi-professional soccer player, and sometimes kick a ball around with him, and I am terrible. Like less than 5 k's an hour, if that. So bad.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
One night could never be enough until I met you. It was easy come, easy go. Until I met you, it was. Until I met you, it's 'cause I'm scared of losing you.
Here with Harald from All Constructions Approval. Yes?
All construction approvals.
All
yes.
Construction Approvals. And we're just going to ask him a few questions. So, what does your business do?
I'm a private building certifier. I do building approvals and inspections in competition with local government and other private certifiers.
Alright. What is a quote that you really like or some advice for entrepreneurs?
Probably don't have a specific quote, but an entrepreneur or anyone in business is be good to people and always keep your promises.
That's really good. How fast do you think you'd kick a soccer ball?
Oh, I'd only be an average kicker, so probably 50, maybe 60.
Wow. That's every answer we've got was like, I'll break my ankle.
No, I've got pretty sturdy ankles.
Yeah. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, no worries.
Today we're here with Lesley from FNQ Plastics, and she is the co-owner of this company. So I'm just going to ask her a few questions about her company and what she does. So what does your company do?
So FNQ Plastics are a specialised plastics fabrication business. It's the majority of custom products, so anything from tanks, whether it be water, diesel, silage, through to acrylics, so cut to size, or even wonderful display boxes. So we do quite a variety, and also things like your privacy screens behind us, because we've got a CNC router on site and also a laser cutter. So we can do all really funky designs and lettering, shapes, heaps of, really interesting things. So people come to us if they're ever doing renovations, whether it be personal or business. So we do a huge selection.
Interesting, right. I also hear you have another company called Regen Plastics. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely, pleasure. Part of what led us on to Regen is within our product line we have recycled products, whether it be bollards, benches, but we also do Trex decking, which it's 95% recycled plastic bags. So we love that aspect of things. But with everything we do, it either comes from overseas or down south for anything recycled. And with everything that we generate up here, even personal, business, all your plastic waste either goes in landfill or transported straight down south or again overseas. So it's all pushed straight out of our region. So we thought, well, why is there nothing up here to deal with it? There's got to be a better way of doing things. So Regen Plastics was born, hence the regeneration of plastics, where we are working to bring the first recycling plant to the far north, where it will take your waste and turn it into usable product. So it's something that we're working on, and even while we are working on developing the investors, we're just doing so much to improve mindset, because there's a lot that people can do. Every single person can make a difference, make a change and contribute. So it's pretty exciting times at the moment.
Yeah, very, very good for the environment, thank you. Also another question, do you have any inspirational quotes for anyone or some advice for people?
Absolutely. One of my favourites, and it might be cliched in a way, but I've always grown up with the saying of no failure, only learning. I believe there's positive to every single negative. No matter what it is, you can learn from. And I did a talk at a school recently, and it's all part of holding your hands up, never being afraid to say, you know what, I messed up, because you own up to it and you embrace and look at why something might have happened, and you can take on board lessons. And that's every single thing that you go through in life you can learn from. So I think for me, I never just assume I'm the best at anything. I always see myself as perpetually learning, because the second you stop, your mind closes. So I just believe there's so much, as well as you've always got to keep your mind open, recognise when you have made a mistake, own up to it, learn from it, because there's no failure in it. You can always develop.
Wow, that's some pretty good advice there, thank you.
Thank you.
And just for the last question, how fast do you think you would kick a soccer ball in kilometres per hour?
I reckon 100.
100
kilometres an hour.
It's always good to be positive. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cool.
Thank you.
Easy go until I met you. It was